What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the final Civilization V only world battle video. It's turn 450. Since the last video we have progressed at least 70 turns, so a bit has changed. We're going to go over that, but first we're going to go over who are our top 5 civs in this game, and we're going to do it by just sort of, as you see, we're looking at the ocean, so I'm going to click on each one on the map, make it kind of coolish, you know, look dramatically coolish, I don't know. But first, commiserations to Vietnam. Even though they did technically win the Civ game, and I don't want to show you everything because stuff has changed and I want to save that for later. But there you go, you see they're still up here in the north. But Vietnam came 6th. They scored 20 points, which on the point system was if you topped an info addict. And some of the info addicts were not considered, I won't move my mic, were not considered important, because some, like literacy, you can just do technologies and it's much easier. But yeah, so Vietnam came 6th even with their bonus points, and that shows that winning the game itself doesn't always help out fully. But anyway, so we'll just move away so you don't see anything else for now. Vietnam came 6th. Now on to 5th place we have with 21 points. So you have 1 point more, one info addict's position better at 1 point on one info addict than Vietnam was Korea. They did very well. Korea took over Japan early in the game. They did in the end lose Tokyo to the Shoshone, which again I'm going to go over everything, so try not to worry. But they made progress into Central Asia, including a war against Vietnam later on, which may have helped them so eventually go on to beat Vietnam. 4th place, not commiserations, but despite losing 2 cities to Poland last time we saw in Berlin and Hamburg, Great Britain held on and just still came 4th. A huge thing that pulled them out. I mean, Great Britain had 25 points, 4 more than Korea, and that's the 4 points that Britain got for coming 2nd in most civs that they had an influential culture over. They came 2nd in that. The Zulu did win that one. But anyway, 3rd place now, on from the Great Britain, who did well and then failed a little bit. 3rd place goes to the Shoshone. So the Shoshone, oh, where am I going? Shoshone, where are you? Did well, and given time would, I think, have destroyed the Iroquois. Late on, while you were gone, obviously they had a war with the Koreans and grabbed Tokyo in a peace deal. They also took Sacramento and San Francisco in their destruction of California. They are very strong. Their military manpower category, also we're going to go over the info addicts fully in a minute, but it is now bigger than the Iroquois. And bear in mind that the Iroquois is so spread around the world. I used to always say the Iroquois would win in a war. If they were to face off right now, the Shoshone would win face to face. But that does not stop the Iroquois from coming 2nd, 49 points. If I didn't say, the Shoshone got 41, Iroquois 49, 8 ahead. And they've been a dominant power from early game, but you know, 40 plus cities is one thing. I just wanted to bring that up because the next one is going to shock you. But for the Iroquois not winning came as a surprise. They were so dominant, but they were just pretty stagnant in the late game. They did some stuff in the Pacific, but other than that, not too much happened. And now on to our number 1. Your winner of this campaign. They dominated in Africa. It is the Zulu. And once they destroyed Egypt, the Iroquois would have known they would have had to have done something to get out of a bad situation. But it's what they did after that, and I'm going to go over now, that really settled the deal. By the way, the Zulu got 81 points. That is 32 ahead of the Iroquois. Only 3 civs scored more than 32 points. So realistically, the Iroquois did twice as well almost as them. So the big thing was they pressed up through Assyria, and it took ages of turns for them to finally get up here. Once they took Edirne and this city, though, they got a peace deal with the Huns that saw them grab Kochi, Pasargadae, well, actually no, not this city. They just took this city from Siam, who took it from Persia, but they just grabbed that. This city in a peace deal, and this city in a peace deal, leaving the Huns with 2 cities in their original sort of area of Asia, and they took Orleans over in the middle of Europe. So they exploded with size late on in the game. So they are your winners. So now let's go continent by continent. What happened over the 70 turns you missed? So we'll start with Europe. And as you can see, Spain took Paris. That's the first big thing. And Troyes from France. France almost fell. They were just about there to Poland. We're going to grab that, or Spain, one of them. So Orleans changed hands. And then there was the fall of Egypt, which saw Cumae go to Spain, Athens to Poland, and Corinth to the Zulu, which I think this happened in the peace deal of their war, not generally. Oh no, I think Corinth went to the Huns in a peace deal with Egypt, and then the Zulu took it, and that was game over for Egypt. And also Argos fell to the British up here. Across, the Soviet Union went on to build up the 4th biggest military in the world. Obviously, we saw what just happened to the Huns. I just explained that. Big war in Eastern Asia, Vietnam v Korea, in which Korea hesitated and did not use any nukes. However, Vietnam was happy to use bombs, atomic bombs, on seal of Korea. Actually, Korea doesn't seem to have its atomic bombs anymore. Maybe I'm missing them somewhere, but... oh no, they have 2 there. Maybe, did they use one? I don't think they did use any. No, they didn't. But Korea had an atomic bomb used on them. Other changes, Siam settled a little bit, and as I said, they took out Persia, only to then be taken out from here by the Zulu. Persia is still alive up there. Iroquois, and the only nations I can confirm to use nukes were Korea. I saw you had one used on them by Vietnam. The only other nation to use one was the Iroquois used one on Vietnam, and Vietnam retaliated with one on the Iroquois. So they both used one, but nothing actually came from that. They are the only 3 civs I can say used atomic bombs, other than maybe Argentina, because Buenos Aires dropped in population, but it's recovered, and I think it may have just starved, because I don't know who would have used the nuke. I mean, Mali is the only plausible answer, and it's not that plausible that Mali would do it, even though they were in a war for some period of time. As I said, Africa, the Zulus settled everywhere. They settled over 60, well, they have over 60 cities right now, which is insane. Australia took out New Zealand. It was a sad time, but New Zealand got taken out late on by Australia. And other than that, Cusco just fell to Brazil, and Chile took it back in the last 2 turns, and Brazil grabbed... sorry. Hay fever. No, please. Tiwanaku fell back to the Brazilians after a little while, and other than that, South America is the same. As we said, North America, just the fall of California to take a note of, Sacramento and San Francisco. That is all for this, what has gone on in the world. It is the year 2025, info addict time. Let's quickly go over the important ones. Population, the Zulu 110 million, Iroquois 99 million, Poland 63 million, Great Britain 54 million, Spain 53 million. Also, lots of big numbers here, by the way, including the Shoshone. Again, like here where you'd see it, what the point system was, the Zulu would have got 5 points, the Iroquois 4, Poland 3, Great Britain 2, Spain 1, and then the Shoshone and everyone else would have got none. So that's why it was really important to get in that top 5. Crop yield, the Zulu 1, then the Iroquois, then the Shoshone, Poland, Spain. Production, the Zulu dominated, 3,000 million tons of, I don't know, goods. Then the Iroquois, then Shoshone, Poland and Korea. GMP was the one I used for money because it just seemed like the best one. I didn't know what it was exactly. There's very weird money ones. Net gold is like gold per turn. Treasury I didn't want to use because some AI spend money, some don't. And this was just a balance that seemed pretty good, so I used this one. But Zulu number 1, Iroquois 2, Shoshone 3, Korea 4, Spain 5. Land area, Zulu, Iroquois, Shoshone, just. There is 30,000 kilometers. Oh no, there's 2 million. Sorry, my bad. My reading's gone. Australia 4th, Korea 5th. Land area, military manpower. Here's the big one. The Zulu, number 1, 911,000 soldiers. They actually lost a lot against the Huns. Shoshone in 2nd, then the Iroquois in 3rd. Great Britain and Korea actually overtook the Soviet Union late on because they got out of wars and started building. Other important ones, social standing, Britain, Poland, the Zulu, Korea, Brazil. Happiness, the Zulu, 230. With an empire that big, I don't know how they did that, but the Iroquois 2nd, Shoshone 3rd, Britain 4th, Spain 5th. Then technologies, Iroquois, the Zulu, Vietnam, Korea, Great Britain and the Shoshone all got to 80. However, the Shoshone, I did keep track, and the Shoshone got there last, so they didn't get a point for this, but it was actually Vietnam, then the Iroquois, no, Vietnam, the Zulu, Iroquois, Korea, Great Britain, even though it doesn't show that there. Next important one was cities, the Zulu 61, Iroquois 41, the Shoshone 27, Korea got 13, Poland got 11, so did Spain and Australia. And if there was ties, I dealt with that, but the Zulu, science, output number 1, then the Iroquois 2nd, Shoshone 3rd, Korea 4th, Great Britain 5th. Culture wise, the Zulu 1st, Shoshone 2nd, Iroquois 3rd, Korea 4th, Great Britain 5th again, and that left us Wonders was another one we did, and that was Zulu, Britain, Iroquois, Vietnam, Korea. And then Treasury we didn't do, Total Faith we didn't do, Faith Gain, the Iroquois, Zulu, Korea, Shoshone, Spain, we did that one. Influence, the Zulu influenced 19 Civs. If the game had kept going on, they would have probably won a cultural victory, although lots of Civs have already are in the position to win science victories. It would have been a cultural win for the Zulu. Great Britain came 2nd, Vietnam 3rd, Shoshone 4th, Spain 5th. Great works, Zulu, Shoshone, Spain, Great Britain, Mali, and tourism was the final one, the Zulu, Shoshone, Brazil, Korea, Great Britain. That, guys, has been it for this campaign. If you have enjoyed this campaign, please be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe, stick around for the new campaign starting tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.